is TBR time.
Don't you know that I got you?
Spin. Demon, I say, voice shaking. Worse, he says. Hello and welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Leanne and I share home, lifestyle and book content here on YouTube, and we are at the beginning of a new month, so it is TBR time, and as always I will be picking 2 TBR prompts from my jar to head to the library, and then I will be using my monthly prompts to pick the rest. I'm in a little bit of a rush this morning because Noah has a birthday party to go to, so I need to quickly do the TBR jar, then we're going to head to the library, and then I'm going to head straight to the party, and I will film the rest of the video later. So let me get the TBR jar. Also, you might notice behind me that we're in a little bit of chaos because I am midway through the makeover of the reading room / office. If you see my last video, you will have seen some of the progress, and I've been sharing it on Instagram and TikTok as well. But there's one little corner that is looking so good, but the rest is absolutely terrible. But we will get there. Anyway, TBR jar time. I am almost out of prompts, so we're going to need a refill soon. So prompt number 1. Don't know if this is going to focus, but it says sports romance, and this is a prompt by Book Fairy Beth. Pick number 2. Interesting, this might be quite a good one for summer. It says a book with water on the front cover. So now I've got to rush, make sure we're all ready for this party, go to the library, and then I'll be back later.
Yesterday I was clever, wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I'm changing myself. Let go of who you are, become who you might be. Your life become living poetry. You were born with your heart knows the way to walk, and yours alone will be be the deer, be like a tree, let the dead leaves fall, let your life become living poetry. You were born.
I am absolutely a hot, sweaty mess. I should probably have made an iced coffee, not a hot coffee, but oh, that is so needed. So needed. So like I said, Noah was invited to a kids party today. So we left the house just before 10. I made it to the library. Then we went to the bus stop. We were in time for the 10:10 bus, but it didn't arrive until 20 to 11. And then halfway through the journey, the bus stopped working. So the whole entire bus got emptied out. Everyone was getting onto the bus behind us, but then that got full. So we were left on the side of the road waiting for another bus. And then after about 5 minutes, the bus driver actually managed to get the bus working again. So those of us that were left got back on the bus. The party was at 11:30 and I think we were 15 minutes late. So that's like 11:45. So from about 10 o'clock till 11:45, that's how long it took us to get to the party. The journey back wasn't much shorter, to be honest. It's 4 o'clock now. It's 4 o'clock, we've got back from the party, I've made a drink and I've set myself up for filming. And that's it. This is going to be my entire day, the party and this video. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on and complaining because it is TBR time and this is one of my favourite things to do at the beginning of every month. Can't believe it's June, but we are going to pick our books for the month. I pick 6 books altogether. 2 are the library books that we've just seen me go and pick out. I then do spin the wheel to pick a book randomly from my physical TBR, and then I have 3 prompts that I use every single month to pick out the last 3 books, and then I also have this month's book club book. So actually now I have 7 books a month on my reading list. So let's get started. Our first prompt that we picked from the jar, this was the quickest trip I've ever done to the library, to be honest, and I went to the one shelf that you saw me film and I found a book that fit both of the prompts on that first shelf, so I just grabbed them and went. But prompt number 1 was sports romance, and that was a prompt that was by Book Fairy Beth, dropping it. And I chose The Wrong Game by Candy Steiner. I have never read anything by this author before. She's not a sports romance author that I've tried. I don't even know if she writes anything else outside of sports romance. There are no previous books at the beginning of this one, so this could be her first book. Who knows? But let's read the blurb, shall we? Because I didn't even have time to do this in the library. So it says, Gemma Mancini's plan is simple. Step 1, find hot, preferably funny, and definitely single men. Step 2, take a new guy to each home game for the rest of the football season. It's time for her to get back in the dating game. And besides, she can't think of a better way to use the season tickets she bought for her ex-husband. It's a foolproof plan until her bartender offers to be her practice round. Zach Bowen is infuriating, presumptuous, overbearing, and absolutely undeniably gorgeous. He's determined to be Gemma's only date this season and is ready to do whatever it takes, even if that means sabotaging any of her potential matches. But Gemma is a woman of plans and she's not backing down on this one. After all, Zach can try his best to change the rules, but he can't win if he's playing the wrong game. So it's not a sports romance in the way that one of the characters is part of the team. So that's interesting. I know some people hate a cover with a cartoon character, but I kind of love it. It makes me want to pick it up. So looking forward to reading that one. And then my second prompt for the month was a book with water on the cover. This was just a prompt that I had found myself and put in the jar, and I chose Happy Place by Emily Henry. Again, a new author to me. I think I've heard of her. I've heard people mentioning her on TikTok, but I don't know her myself. I haven't read any of her books before. And again, I picked this up because it fit the prompt with water on the front, but I don't actually know what it's about. So let's read the blurb. Harriet and Wynne are the perfect couple. They go together like bread and butter, gin and tonic, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Every year they take a holiday from their lives to drink far too much wine with their favourite people in the world. Except this year they are lying through their teeth because Harriet and Wynne broke up 6 months ago and they still haven't told anyone. But the cottage is for sale, so this is the last time they'll be all here together. They can't bear to break their best friend's heart, so they'll fake it for 1 more week. But how can you pretend to be in love and get away with it in front of the people who know you best? That makes me feel like it's going to be a second chance romance vibe. That sounds really good. I'm going to enjoy reading that, and sounds like a nice summary read as well. If you've read any of Emily Henry before, let me know. And now we are on to my favourite pick of the month, which is Spin the Wheel. I'm just going to go and check that it's all updated, that I took last month's off. And also I've already picked a book from my physical TBR, so I need to take that off as well, so we don't get that twice. There are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 physical books on my little wheel here. In fact, there are more physical books on my TBR because I have a lot of series. So on the wheel. I just have the next book in the series that I haven't read yet. Here they are, all loaded up and ready to go, and I'm gonna actually set a screen recording so you can see it as well. We are gonna spin. Game Changer by Rachel Reed. I'm so excited. I've been waiting to start this series for so long. Obviously this is book 1 in the series that has heated rivalry in, so I'm very excited. I only said to somebody the other day that I really need to get this series started, and I'm looking forward to it, so that is a great choice. I'm just going to go grab it. So here it is. I purchased these back in February. I bought books 1 and 2 in the series, and they were both on offer, and I got them at a really good price. Although, will someone please tell me why Books have started putting these permanent stickers on? So they're round, they look like stickers, but it's part of the cover, and I hate it. Why are you doing that? Obviously, I know that Heated Rival is Shane and Ilya, but book 1, I don't actually know who it's about. Kip and Scott. New York Admirals captain Scott Hunter takes his pre-game rituals very seriously. When a particular smoothie precedes Scott's breaking his on-ice slump, he's desperate to recreate the magic and to get to know the sexy, funny guy behind the counter. Kip Grady knew there was more to Scott's frequent visits than a blended fruit, but he never let himself imagine being invited back to Scott's penthouse or kissed with reckless abandon and more. What goes on between them is hot, incredible and frequent, but also only on Scott's terms and always behind his closed apartment doors. Scott needs Kip in his life, but with the playoff season approaching, the spotlight on him is suddenly brighter than ever. He can't afford to do anything that might derail his career or the public's image of what a hockey captain should be. Kip is ready to go all in with Scott, but how much longer will he have to remain a secret? So it's between a hockey player and a barista. Exciting. It sounds like it's going to be pretty spicy. We'll see if I enjoy that. You know, I don't like spice for sake of spice, but if it's part of the storyline, we'll see. We'll see, but I will add this to the stack. I need a little coffee break. My hair is doing my head in. It's far too hot. Oh, it's stressing me out. This is going cold fast as well, which is surprising because it's so hot. So next up, one of my recurring monthly prompts is a book that I've heard a lot about, and a book that everyone seems to be reading at the moment is Starside by Alex Astor. I'm so excited to read this. I picked it up from Tesco's. I have been on a little bit of a crazy book buying, I don't know what to call it, attack. I've just been buying so many books, more books than I should, but this is one of the new ones. I will do a book haul very soon with everything that I've bought, because I haven't shared a haul since February. I think the last haul that I showed had January and February books in, so I've got books from March, April and May to show you. Anyway, very excited to read this. I know that obviously it's a romantasy. I know it's in a book 1 in a series, and I know that the magic system is something to do with swords. I also know it's enemies to lovers, which my favourite. I absolutely cannot wait to read this one. I am so excited. I've never read anything by Alex Astor before. I know the Lightlark series, that's on my 26 for 2026, so I do want to read those soon, but this is an adult romantasy, whereas the Lightlark series is more YA, so very excited to read this. I love this. It says here, demon, I say, voice shaking, worse, he says. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna love this. I hope I love this. Help. Help. My next recurring monthly prompt is continuing a series, and this is kind of cheating because it's not specifically part of a series, but it's like in the same world as the Hunger Games. So this is, what's his name? Hamish's story. So it's set before the Hunger Games trilogy. I have been wanting to read this for so long. I'm waiting for it to come out in paperback so I can buy it, because I have the rest of the series in paperback. But I requested this at the library and it came in, so that is why I am reading it now. Another book that I am actually so excited to read, and I have been waiting to read it for so long. I feel like it's going to break me. I feel like it's going to be emotional. I absolutely cannot wait for this, and I'm going to have to read it pretty soon because it's due back at the library, so cannot wait. Before we move on to my final prompt, I just wanted to point out the bookcase behind me. I mentioned at the beginning that I'm currently in the middle of a makeover of the office / reading room, and in all my other videos you will have known that the teal bookcases were behind me, but this is video 1 with bookcase 1 in the new colour and also the green on the walls. Obviously eventually you won't see the green here because there's going to be more bookcases there, but then the rest of the room is going to be in the green. I am so excited to get this makeover done, specifically the bookcases, because it's taking so much sanding. If you watch my last video you'll have seen some of the sanding. There's still a lot more to go. I am dreading it, but I do need to get it done because I can't cope with the chaos anymore. It might look fantastic behind me, but this side of the room, I even say this side, it's literally the rest of the room is a disaster. So I have been filming the progress that I've been making, so hopefully I will have another video with an update for you soon. But anyway, back to the TBR, and my final prompt of the month is a book from my 26 for 2026, and this month we are going with Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. This will be the second book that I've read by this author. I also read Yellowface, and I did enjoy Yellowface. I found it a little bit stressful because the plot of the story was based on a lie, but the writing and the story itself, I did really enjoy it. I honestly have absolutely no clue what it's about. I just saw so many people talking about it. Like last year it was really popular on Book Talk, and that's why I added it to my 26 for 2026. Like, I saw mixed reviews about it. Some people love it and some people don't, so I am interested to see which side of the coin I land on. Again, this is a book that I requested at the library and it's finally come in. I think I'm going to read this one first and then Sunrise on the Reaping. We'll see. I don't know whether I can resist Sunrise on the Reaping though, because I am so excited about it. But yes, Catabasis, my book for a book from my 2026 for 2020. No, a book from my 26 for 2026. Oh, and in fact, I will put an update on the screen now so you can see which books I've read and which books I haven't. I don't remember if I've read a book from it this month. I must have read at least one because I always pick one out, but I don't think I've made a huge amount of progress this month. But Sunrise on the Reaping is also off my 26 for 2026 actually, so that'll be 2 books ticked off this month, hopefully. Final book that I have on my set reading list for the month is my book club book. I have been going to the Slightly Unhinged book club. They recently started up a book club in Skegness. I have been to 2 now, and then next month's book of the month is Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. I'm so excited because I obviously bought this on release day. I literally did a TikTok the day before saying that my book buying was out of control. I needed to stop, and then it was Fever release day, and then I went and bought this anyway. And I also bought Power Play by, who's that by? Kaylee Curto? Something Curto. But it has the sprayed edge and it's book 2 in the DC Star series, and I'd already bought book 1 with the sprayed edge, so yeah, I also purchased that as well. I can't remember how many books I bought in May, but I have done a TikTok showing the full stack. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't think I'm going to buy any books in June. I can't think of any June releases off the top of my head. Actually, Light Wielder is out, but I don't own a physical copy of Metal Slinger, so I don't know whether I will purchase Light Wielder or read it on Kindle. So that's the only release that's coming to mind that I'm really excited for in June. So I'm hoping that means I won't be tempted to buy any more books. Anyway, I went off on a little bit of a tangent then, as per usual, but yes, Fever Dream is the Slightly Unhinged book club book of the month for June. I love a bit of Elsie Silver, perfect read for this time of year, and I am so excited to read it. So, those, should we go this way? those are all of the books on my reading list for June. I should be able to get all of these read. I don't think I have a huge amount on that means that's going to stop me from reading, so I should have time to read all of these. Fingers crossed. Anyway, but I'm so excited for the month. This is actually such a good pick of books, I think, and a really good mix of fantasy and contemporary romance, like a bit of sports romance in there, a bit of cowboy romance. I think it's going to be brilliant. I think it's going to be an excellent book month. As always, let me know if you've read any of these and if any of them are your favourites in the comments below. Next week's video will, of course, be my May reading wrap up. I had a really good reading month. I think 10 or 11 books I've read in May. It's been a good month. So I'm excited to share everything I read and let you know what I thought of everything too in next week's video. But that is it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new to my channel, if you've never seen any of my videos before, please consider subscribing because it helps me so much. But I will see you next week. Bye.